Hello friends, I am Dr. Urmi Satyan from School of Liberal Studies, Pandit Deen Dayal Petroleum University. Today we will discuss the novel Calcutta Chromosome by Amitav Ghosh. Calcutta Chromosome is a novel that falls in the genre of science fiction. In this novel, we meet a cohort of scientists, researchers, doctors, and also a few ordinary servants and assistants. The concept of time and space plays major role in this novel. The novel presents a counter thesis against the Western scientific inventions, discoveries, and research. The writer Amitav Ghosh here proves that the indigenous knowledge of Indian subalterns is far wider and deeper than the supercomputer EVA 2E, known in the novel as EVA. Antar is the protagonist who is about to retire from his job of a water council officer in New York. Eva, Antar's super active computer, brings on the screen a scrap of a paper and asks Antar to provide her with some data related to it. Antar identifies this scrap of a paper as an identity card belonging to someone from LifeWatch, a data consultancy working on epidemic. On Antar's command, Eva locates the origin of the card in Calcutta, India. Eva also brings on screen the holograph of the card holder. The image, information, and memories collectively respond, and Antar recognizes the card holder as L. Murugan. This identity of Murugan takes us to the 1990s, where we see that Murugan is found to be having authority over the British scientist Dr. Ronald Ross, who is a Nobel Prize winner for his discovery of the cause of malaria. The writer shifts the setting from New York to Calcutta, where we see Murugan going to the Presidency General Hospital on August 20, 1995. Here we see that Murugan hears some mysterious voices revealing to him that the city of Calcutta carries many secrets. It is to his utter surprise that the voices tell him that the truth of the secrets lie in silence. Having seen Murugan in this situation, Antar remembers his past meetings with Murugan. He also remembers how strongly he had objected Murugan's pursuit of truth in the case of Ross's discovery over the cause of malaria. Two new characters, Urmila Roy and Sonali Das, are introduced in the novel. Urmila and Sonali talk about Fulboni and Roman. We are also introduced to Lachman, the assistant of Dr. Ross. The conversation between Murugan and Urmila helps us connect the dots that Roman, Fulboni, and Lachman all have deformed left hand. They all have a hand without a thumb. We also see Murugan telling Antar that he has received some hints to work on the mutation of the parasite. Murugan believes that these hints are not pointless. He also believes that there are some groups of people who are working on the concept of immortality. Next we see that Antar receives some voice messages. These messages reveal that someone named Elijah Monroe Farley, a 26-year-old scientist who came to India from Johns Hopkins University of Baltimore. Farley is working on the parasite of malaria in his charitable clinic located in the foothills of Himalayas. We go further in the past and hear the conversation between Murugan and Urmila. Murugan tells her that Fulboni had gone to Renupur where he had escaped a deadly accident. The station master of Renupur had told Fulboni about Lakhan, whom we know as Lachman, coming to Renupur as an orphan. The station master had also told Fulboni that Lakhan was worse than untouchable, that he carried contagion, that he was probably the child of a prostitute, that his misshapen left hand was a mark of hereditary disease. Lakan had death threats, but somehow he ran away from Ranupur. Murugan tells Urmila and Sonali about himself being victimized and abused as a child by a stranger. He says he developed syphilis and his family, out of shame, had to leave Calcutta. Out of this personal experience, Murugan says that syphilis is curable and not contagious. Sonali, Urmila, and Murugan hear some mysterious sounds at their rental apartment. Some Mrs. Eretonian owns this apartment. She frightens them in the night and leaves them puzzled. One more character, Mangala, is introduced at various places in the novel. We see her as a cleaning woman at a Calcutta-based laboratory of Dr. Cunningham. One more reference for Mangala is found through a girl playing outside Murugan's workshop who told Murugan that Mangala Bibi will enter a new body that day. While connecting the dots, Murugan construes that Mangala, Mangala Bibi, and Mrs. Eretonian are the same persons. This gives us knowledge that Mangala is a demigod and that she has been living since ages. Mangala has also discovered that syphilis can be treated with the malaria parasite. She has also found a form of asexual reproduction reincarnation for humans that gives her and Lakshman power to stay alive forever. The last chapter shows Murugan and Antar talking to each other, where Murugan says that they both are old friends. He also says that the ICARD strategy was designed by him to meet Antar. Antar asks for Murugan's whereabouts, to which the latter asks him to wear a simultaneous visualization headgear, through which Antar sees Murugan, Urmila, and Sonali in an auditorium. They all tell him that he is not alone. What fascinates us in the novel is the uninstitutionalized and unpatented counter-science possessed by Mangala, the representative of an underground network of people. Friends, the primitive man discovered fire in the Stone Age. It is a life-changing discovery that is not patented or institutionalized by an individual. This discovery was accidental and also natural. The want of direct evidences cannot deny the credit to a particular individual from the then time. The modern age pursuit of knowledge sometimes forgets to commemorate the ancient, cultural, and traditional legacy of knowledge. The discovery of fire is a groundbreaking discovery of practical knowledge that has transformative impact on the human society. The inventions of earthen fire pots, kerosene stoves, gas burners, ovens, microwaves, and inductions give us a trajectory of the transformed vision for fire. The classical cosmology of Indian religion guides us to Lord Agni as one of the 5 purest and powerful elements along with water, air, earth, and space. The Hindu scriptures cite these 5 elements not only as the massive power stores but also as the most powerful knowledge consortium. But in the gamut of stigma, superstitions, and lack of proper awareness, the ancient knowledge repository remains locked and obscure. Personally speaking, I accredit Amitav Ghosh's in-depth research work in Calcutta Chromosome that camouflages the Indian ancient knowledge and weaves around which a story of an Indian scientist, Murugan, and his untiring efforts to give voice to the indigenous subaltern talent. Thank you very much.